Hey guys, in this video we are going over wrist and elbow mobility exercises. So I got asked this question first, how do I get my elbows to lock out less? This isn't necessarily a bad thing that's happening, but if say you are trying to learn a skill where say you require less of a bend in your elbows, then if you are hypermobile, there is a little drill that you can do. So this is essentially what you are probably trying to avoid. So when you go down into a plank position, if you just check out my elbows, I am a little bit hypermobile. So my elbows are obviously not looking like in the ideal position. So grab a band, bring it around your elbows, and the band's going to pull you in towards yourself, and you're essentially going to resist the band. So by doing that and by practicing different exercises like this, any plank position exercises, this should stop happening as much, and you should have more of an ability to use your elbows in a different position. However, if you are hypermobile and you are required to do strength work with locked out arms, I would actually also get strong with your elbows locked out, so that just in case you do lock out, you then don't have a weakness. So say you are using this drill a lot and not ever using the locked out version, then you can actually create a weakness, so be wary of that. So next I'm going through a simple wrist mobility flow just to get some blood flow in the wrists, something that you can do before doing, say, a handstand session. Just bear in mind you want to be squeezing your fingers quite hard into the ground like you're gripping, and you do want to have locked out elbows. So if you're doing this without locked out elbows, then not going to be as effective. So first we're just going to go into circles, and we're going to do both ways. And then we were going to basically play around with doing this with the hands in different positions so that your wrists can get stronger in different positions that you may be using.
So what you can do here is just follow along with me at the same time. So next we're doing wrist cast with a closed fist, open hand and then overhead. What we're trying to do is limit any movement in the forearm and just try to isolate the wrist as we go. So what you're watching out for is that your forearm doesn't do any of that while you're also moving your wrist. It's really easy to do. So the overhead ones might look a little bit silly and they have a lot more movement going on, but they are pretty handy when you do any kind of overhead work, and they get your wrists ready for variations.
Next we're doing monkey paws. The key here is to bring the hands together and keep the thumbs in. This is the hard part because these are going to want to come up, and you're keeping this part of your hand on the floor, and we are going to aim to bring our elbows down to the floor. Everything is basically touching, and then we're coming up trying to keep just the back of the hands on the ground as we straighten our elbows and keep our thumbs in, which is a lot harder than it seems. This is also a really good drill to do if you are working on your false grip. Alright, so next we're doing wrist pails and rails. I also do these on a wall like this, but basically what we're doing is we're going to do 2 minutes hold in a passive stretch position here, nice and locked out elbows. So just going to do 2 minutes there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 seconds pails, 10 seconds rails, times 3, but we're going to be pushing down to the ground first, and then we're going to be aiming to pull the fingers up like you're trying to pull them up towards your forearms. So 10 seconds pushing down. And then 10 seconds pulling up. Obviously you can't see, but basically I'm already feeling that engagement of the muscles here and here. And then 10 seconds pushing down, and I can already start feeling all the muscles in my hands and back here starting to engage. And then again pulling up, 10 seconds. Trying to keep those elbows straight. Really easy for them to start bending at this point. And then last round, 10 seconds pushing down. And then 10 seconds pulling up.
These can also be done on a wall, which is a little bit more tricky, but essentially exactly the same theory. This way you can actually also watch your fingertips come up. So same thing, 10 seconds pails, 10 seconds rails, 3 rounds.
Cool, thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please subscribe and head over to our website to check out all the different mobility programs we have that span 12 weeks.
Do you feel fabulous when you do it?
I do.
You look quite special.